From Dan Raphael with ESPN. Go ahead, Dan.
Thank you very much. Hello, guys. Hello, Nonito.
Hey, Dan.
Quick question for you about one thing with, I know there's a lot of people anticipating this fight, two top champions in the weight class. I know, though, for a period of time, when people would suggest Rigondeaux to you as an opponent, you didn't disrespect him, but you sort of were not really enthusiastic, let's say, about the match. He hadn't had any big fights, even though we all know his great pedigree with the Olympic gold medals and everything. And I'm wondering if you could talk about what in your mind changed that made you decide that this was the route you should go. I don't know if it was because you didn't get the Maris fight or for some other reason, but could you just talk about the evolution of going from somebody that really didn't seem very interested in facing Rigondeaux to now, taking him on and to unify the titles?
Well, for me, in the beginning, when I saw Rigondeaux fight, I wasn't impressed with the Cordoba fight, but the more that I'm watching him fight, the more that he's worthy of it. And ultimately, the first thing first was Maris. He wanted Maris, and then wanted to go Rigondeaux afterwards. But that fight didn't happen, and the more that I'm watching Rigondeaux, the more that he's formidable, the more that I'm seeing that this guy's a really tough guy. He not only that he has speed and power, but he does well mentally. So now I'm excited for the fight. As you know, when you're doing this for quite a while, being on top for a bit, you tend to be motivated with a good fighter in front of you, and that's why the reason why I disregarded Rigondeaux in the beginning was because of the Cordoba fight that I saw. And then when the fight happened and the fight with Maris didn't happen, then of course Rigondeaux was the next guy in line. And the more that I'm watching, the more that I'm getting excited to fight. The more that I'm seeing that this guy has a lot of quality, he's a lot of talent, and that's why I'm training hard for this fight because of that.
Can you say which fight, maybe in particular, between the Cordoba fight and his most recent fight, that you watched that sort of made you change your mind, or was it just a combination, or was there one matchup or one performance that particularly impressed you?
Well, the thing that I liked about Rigondeaux on the fights I've watched is he got better as he progressed and fought a different opposition. So as much as I can say that he hasn't fought the guys of my quality, but I think that he's at that level because of the level that he's getting better as the fight. The more he fought, the more better he got. So to me, that was worth the challenge, and that was worth of my determination and working hard.
I wanted to ask you one other thing. I know your wife Rachel is pregnant, so congratulations on that. And I'm wondering, that's I'm sure something that's on your mind, and I'm wondering how has it been to focus on your training for this very significant fight, along with dealing with everything that goes along with having a pregnant wife.
It's incredible. I'm having everything. I was saying to your press earlier, I don't need anything else. I've proven everything that I need to. I've accomplished a lot than most other fighters could ever accomplish in the boxing world, and to me, my most precious moment right now is feeling this kid kick, feeling to be there, to be there and being able to witness every movement, every kick that this kid is doing. It's that type of one study. So I'm really happy. That's where my focus is. But don't get me wrong, my focus when I come inside that ring is going to be another person than what you hear from here.
So it hasn't been a distraction for you then preparing, because I know you're in.
Not at all. As much as I like to spend time with my wife and everything, but when I'm inside that ring, I perform really well with the sparring partner, and I know and physically and mentally ready for the fight.
Okay, just one other thing for you, Nonito. Last time you fought in New York City, not your fault, but your opponent did not want to engage with you. Was not a good fight. The crowd was booing. A lot of people unhappy. You, the press, the fans, the TV people, I think your own promoter, very disappointed with Narvaez's performance. I imagine that you'd like to look a lot better in a fight in New York this time. How do you go about that, particularly with somebody like Rigondeaux, very talented guy, great defense? Could possibly be that kind of fight. I don't think he's going to run away from the way that Narvaez fits.
I think there's going to be a fireworks between us, as much as it might be a chess match, but we're both offensive fighters. none of us defensively. We're defensively because we can see punches coming at us. But when it comes down to the title fighter that we are, we're both aggressive and we're both offensive guys. So it's not. I don't think it's anything near of that fight. And I think that the guys, the people in New York, and people watching will have a treat.
Very good. Thank you, Nonito. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dan.
Our next question is from Jeffrey Freeman with KO Digest. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Hi. So, for the most part, Dan Raphael asked the question, but I wanted to ask Nonito Donaire. Let me ask you this, Nonito. Is there any truth to the rumors that you've been having somewhat less than a spectacular camp, and how is your weight?
Weight's good. I think that I'm getting bigger in terms of the weight. So I'm definitely going to try to move up the next fight around, but weight has been good. Training's been excellent, and we've been having some tremendous sparring partners. So everything that I need to prepare for this fight has been given to me, and we're ready for it.
Is it important for you to score a knockout in this fight, Nonito?
I think the victory is the most key factor to this, but you know me as a fighter, I always want people to have fun. I want people to enjoy, and I always go for a knockout if I am given that opportunity.
In terms of the skills that Rigondeaux brings to the equation, Nonito, what would you say is his greatest strength?
I think that his ability to see punches, his ability to be intelligent, and of course he has the speed and power like I do. So it's gonna be who's the smartest guy in the ring, and who has the biggest heart.
Good luck, Nonito. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Our next question is from Brick Seekins with Bleacher Report. Go ahead, Brick.
Yeah, it's another question for Nonito. You covered this a little bit, and I definitely hear what you're saying about that you become more impressed by Rigondeaux. I think aside from Perez, that he's definitely the guy fans want to see fight. But I am wondering, do you still feel like your experience is going to ultimately be a pretty big advantage for you against a guy that's had only about a dozen pro fights, never really been in with anybody close to you, whereas you've dramatically knocked out some pretty top-notch fighters. So do you still see that as something that's a big advantage for you?
Well, when it comes down to being part speed, power, and tactical ability, then definitely the experience will come in handy in terms of just pushing through and just going all out and being experienced and going more rounds. And I think that's going to be a big factor when it comes down that we are evenly matched.
In terms of the power and speed, you think you're kind of evenly matched. So is that what you're saying?
So if it comes to that case that we are evenly matched with power, speed, and tactical ability, then experience would come as the biggest ace pocket, an ace for me. But as for now, that's something that we need to find out if he is stronger than me or if he is faster than me.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask a quick question, please, for Guillermo Rigondeaux. Two questions. One, does he consider this his most important fight? And two, what is he most worried about from Nonito Donaire going into this fight?
Well, Nonito's a great technician, and he's got lots of power, as he's proved. So I think it's going to be an exciting fight.
And how about how this fight rates in terms of his career fights in both the Olympics and as a professional? Is it the most important fight of his career?
Yeah, at this point, this is the most important fight of his career. He feels that this will solidify who's the king in the 122-pound weight class.
Okay, thank you.
Next question is from Elliot Vasquez with Boxing Pulse. Go ahead, Elliot.
Yeah. This question's for Guillermo. I'm going to say it in Spanish and then I'll translate it in English. Guillermo, una pregunta. ¿Tú crees que el público y la gente no está yendo por usted porque solamente tiene 11 peleas? Do you think that the people are not picking you to be victorious in this fight because of only 11 professional fights?
Yes, obviously the public is not respecting me because of the lack of fights I have. Absolutely. Nonito has 3 times the experience I have at the professional level.
And
so I can see how the
public would choose Nonito as a favorite.
Hey, Nonito, this question's for you. I know you mentioned prior that one of the reasons why you didn't want to fight Guillermo was because of his lackluster performances. But did it ever come to your mind that maybe he just didn't have enough fights for you to make it interesting to fight him?
Yeah, but you gotta understand that I'm at that point where I need to have that fire in me. You know, when you're fighting for quite a while, you need to be excited for a fight, unless you're gonna be there and not find that excitement in your, you don't train as hard as you do. But when we got this fight and I checked out his fight, then of course we were able to check out that this guy has a lot of talent, and that's what we're excited about. And of course I said that. That's why I said we're not interested at this moment because of the fact that he doesn't have much fight. Because I know that he will get better each time that he gets into that ring, and he has proven himself to be that person that he gets better inside that ring, and that's why we're finding him now. Now that he's at that level.
And my last question, Donaire, Nonito, how important was it for you for him to accept the VADA testing?
It's good to be able to prove that two men are clean in the sports of boxing, or in any sport, that people will not doubt that these guys are doing anything. And to me, that's important to me, and I'm glad that these guys are able to accomplish that, and I commend them for taking it. So that way, everybody's good, everybody's clean, there's no doubt.
All right, thank you, gentlemen, and good luck.
Thank you, Nonito. Thank you, Guillermo. From everyone on both sides of the fires, we thank you for participating today, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at the press conference in the theater lobby at Madison Square Garden at 10:30. And again, it will be seen live. It's Donaire Rigondeaux, the title unification fight for 122 pounds. It'll be live on HBO 11 p.m. this Saturday night. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you soon.